Well, hello everybody and welcome to another edition of the Forex Market Preview. I am your host, Jason Stapleton, and if this is the first time that you're joining me, thank you so very much for doing so. I hope you like it. Please subscribe if you do. And if you don't, well, you never have to come back again, so that's great too. Today, what we're going to do is what we do every single week here, which is cover a few of the currency pairs in the markets that I think have some value and there's some opportunity. And so we're going to do that again today. But before we do that, I want to remind you of one thing. This is the last week to register for Turning Point. Turning Point, if you don't know what it is, there's a video probably right next to this one that talks about Turning Point and gives you a little interview that Akil and I did for it. Is a 4-day workshop. A workshop/event, whatever you want to call it. It's 4 days. We do a couple of hours of training every single day, mainly because if we did 8 hours of training a day, you wouldn't be able to consume that much content anyway. It just, normally after about 20 minutes, you start to forget what you've learned. So we try and make it as streamlined as much as possible, give you a lot of meat, a lot of stuff that you can take away, and to do it in chunks that you can actually walk away from and apply practically in the market. So that is going to be happening on the 5th through the 8th. It's totally free. And all the sessions are recorded, so you don't have to, if you, for some reason, you're like, man, I'd love to be there, but I just can't be there live, don't worry about it. All the sessions are recorded. It's something we do totally free for you guys. It's going to be along the same vein as the 2618 trading and the Into the Gray training that I did earlier this year. And it's going to be just a phenomenal time. There are roughly almost 3,000 people who've registered already for it. So it's going to be a big event. And we'll get the bulk of people who will come in here towards the end because they realize, I've still got to sign up for that. I haven't done it. The procrastinators, of which I am one. So that is going to be coming on October 5th through the 8th, so make sure that you register for that and don't miss out, because it is, I don't know if, right now there's nothing on the schedule to do another one this year, so I would guess that this quite possibly could be the only one we do this year, and you don't want to miss it. So let's go ahead and hop right into the charts and take a look at what we've got here. First thing we're going to look at is EURUSD. You will notice I'm on these, on the TradingView charts. I've been playing around with TradingView, and I love it. I love it as a charting package. I bought the Pro version. I am a Pro version user. By the way, I do not get any endorsement dollars from TradingView. I actually pay for the subscription the same way you guys would pay for it, and I absolutely love this for charting and for teaching. And I think, don't quote me yet, but I'm thinking I may leave eSignal for TradingView, which is huge for me because I have had eSignal since like 2008. And have had a subscription with them continuously since that time. So for me to say I'm going to walk away from them is a pretty big deal. And if you haven't had a chance to take a look at these, please do so. And if they ask, tell them that I told you. So let's take a look at the euro. We are short the euro on a cipher pattern on the basically the 4-hour chart. And that cipher pattern looks something like this. And of course, I'm not going to be able to find my stuff here. It looks something like this. I'll just hang on here a minute. Let me drop my charts down a little bit. Still getting used to this thing. It looks like this, and we come back up, and then we drop back down again, and then we come back up, and we actually sold it right here at around 139s. And then the market gapped down. It was the most beautiful move after we took a short position on the cipher. It was awesome. The market gapped down right into 38, 35s. And then we've traded sideways since then. And it's been so frustrating for anybody who's been in this trade because basically for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days, we have been in a range between 138.50s and 138, a 50-pip range. And I was showing this to the guys in the syndicate this week. I pulled up average true range, all right? And the average true range basically measures over the last 14 days or 7 days or whatever period you want to use, what has been the average range of the market from high to low on those days over the course of that period of time. And if I pull up this 14-period moving average and I kind of collapse this chart, you're going to see what's happened, since about March of last year. We were trading, you know, about 125, but between 100 and 120 pips a day, which is really nice. And then all of a sudden we dropped down to about 80 pips a day, and we held pretty consistent about 80 pips. And look what's happened here over the last probably 20 days or so, 30 days, is we've dropped from about 84 pips a day down to 50 pips a day. The market is now trading in a 50 pip range. So for those of you guys who have been day trading right now, and you're thinking to yourself, and you're frustrated and you're angry and you're kicking yourself, and you're saying, I can't make any money in this market. I'm losing money hand over fist. This is what always happens to me. I don't understand it. It's so frustrating. Well, guys, look at the average true range of the market. If you're trying to get 20 or 30 pips a day, okay, let's say you've swallowed that old mantra of all you gotta do is make 20 pips a day, and if you can make 20 pips a day, you'll be a bazillionaire in 10 years, right? Well, if you're trying to collect 20 pips a day out of a 50 pip market, 50 pip range market, you're trying to get almost 50% of the move. That's nearly impossible to do. It, in my opinion, it is impossible to do consistently, day in over day. Whereas if the market's in a 100 pip range, well, now trying to capture 20 pips out of it is not nearly as difficult. It's a much smaller percentage of the range in which the market moves. And I was talking to the syndicate guys, and I said, I would love to tell you how to make money when the market doesn't move. I would love to be that guy who could come in and show you that magic system that makes money when the market trades sideways. I don't know how to do it. And I've yet to meet a trader who knows how to do it, unless you're talking about high-frequency trading guys who are, trading inside the spread and trading off. I'm not even going to get into it. My point being is that as traders, if you're an active day trader and you're trying to make money in these markets, it's very difficult, very hard. And the right thing to do is to shift over to your currency pairs where you are getting some volatility, where you are seeing those types of moves happening. Something like if we look at Euro Yen, Euro Yen's, why am I not getting a range on that? Euro Yen is trading at it's only trading about 80 pips a day right now. ATRs is just really, really tough. It is really tough right now. But either that or go up in time frame. So instead of trading on the 5-minute or the 15-minute chart, you start trading on those hourlies, those 4 hours, those daily charts. That gives you a little bit, gives you some extra room to move. So, but that's my one piece of advice here on the euro. Now let's move over to the pound. We've been talking about this for a while. I still think this is a really good shorting opportunity. Market has been trading inside this area between. We've been unable to close above the highs at around 68.21s. And I apologize if this is a little too small for you. I'll try and fix that for next time. 68.21s. We haven't closed above that, and the market has been really bumping up against that. If I drop down to a 4-hour chart, you can see how the market, we actually had a Gartley pattern in here that we sold and made some money on, and that was nice. Then the market came back up, and on Friday, I told the syndicate in the morning war room meeting that this looked like a pretty good place to sell, and sure enough, we dropped from about 68.12s down to basically, see, and again, this is what's so funny, is that this was the move for the day. We looked at it right here. I said, if this candle closes, this is going to be your area to look to sell. Boom, the market rolls over, and we drop from 68.12 to 6,800. You get a massive 12-pip move for the day. It's one of those things. We need this market to pick up in volatility if we're going to hope to make any short-term gains. Longer-term gains you can ride out if you're willing to hold it for a week or a month or, a year. But for those of us who are trying to generate cash flow out of this market, it's very difficult. So don't be down on yourself if for some reason you're not making the type of gains that you feel like you should be making, because it's tough for everybody right now. Dollar yen. Again, nothing really there. USD Canada has been on just a very, very nice down. This thing appears to me to break lower. We talked about this before. I talked about the shelf that came in right in here. Let me just grab the horizontal line. Was watching this level here. The market came up above it, but we still haven't violated what I would consider to be the major structure level, about 110.71s. So I still think the way this market is reading now, I still think this market is, I'm still bearish here. And definitely looking for that, that break, because right now, if we've looked at this, you're essentially looking at the market. It's, you can think of it like a set of stairs. All right? The market just keeps putting in these stairs. At some point, that market's going to break down. And when that market breaks down, that's going to be your signal that, hey, we're potentially having the shift. So any break below these lows here at around 110.13s is going to signal, that continued downward trend. Because if I go out here to the daily chart and take a look at it on the daily, you're going to see this is a huge bearish signal. I mean, the market's just been trickling up, and now it's fading off. There's nothing saying that a news event, a news event that nobody expects coming out won't cause this market to spike, but man, that's a beautiful selling opportunity right there. Looking for this market to come back down into around 108.74s. So keep an eye on that as well. I could keep going here today, but I want to keep this video short for you guys. One of the things one of the pieces of feedback I got from syndicate members when I was talking to them was in the morning war room, I was covering like a whole bunch of stuff and just flying through charts because I have a run of about 20 currency pairs that I monitor. And so I'm trying to run through all of the potential opportunities that are setting up for the day. And a lot of guys in the syndicate are relatively new to trading and really new to pattern trading. And so running through them so fast really didn't give them a chance or give me a chance to explain very clearly exactly what I was doing and what I was thinking. And I thought to myself, well, if they're having trouble in the syndicate, and those are guys who have been with me long enough to actually want to get in on a subscription that I offer, then imagine what guys who are just, watching my video every week are thinking. They're really trying to understand this stuff, and I'm trying to fill them. I'm trying to give them as many opportunities as possible. And what I probably ought to be doing is coming down and just showing them a few opportunities and spending a little bit more time explaining my thought processes. And so that's what I'm going to try to do. And if you want me to do it that way, or if you think that there's a better way for me to do it, please leave me a comment, because I do try and read all those. Although I don't have time to respond to all of them, I do monitor them and read every one that you guys put out. So I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you being active and sharing this video and all of that stuff. But don't forget, in Turning Point coming on the 5th through the 8th, and tell a friend, man, that guy, the chat forums. What I would love to do is, I've spent a lot of time in chat forums when I was new to trading. I wish I had known then what I know now about chat forums and how destructive they can be. And what I would love, one of the things is I can't go in as an educator and drop a link for my thing in a chat forum. They would stomp me into the ground, and probably rightly so, because they don't want a bunch of spammers and marketers coming in and hitting their forums. I get that. You guys, on the other hand, who have been with me for a while, who know who I am, who've attended some of my other free trainings, can go in there and you can say, hey, this guy's on the up and up. This guy's the real deal. You guys should go check out what he's doing. The reason I say that is because one of my main missions in starting the education business that I now run was I wanted to be able to pull people out of those forums. I felt like that was such a destructive place for somebody who's really trying to learn how to trade. And some of you may disagree with me there, but in my opinion, going there and trying to learn from someone that you don't know and who doesn't thoroughly explain their thought processes and is just people who hide under assumed names and all kinds of stuff is just a terrible way to learn how to trade. And every day there are tens of thousands of people who find their way into those forums, and I wish that I could pull them out just for a moment and just share with them a little bit about what I've learned over the past 10 years of doing this. And if you have an opportunity to do that and to share that message and to do that for me, I would really appreciate it. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the syndicate next week. Starting on Monday, we'll be back in there kicking it, and hopefully we'll have a day like we had on Friday. It was really good trading on Friday. So until then, good luck, good trading. Talk to you soon.